Morning, Gaffer. We're coming into a Saturday-Tuesday double-header at Home Park. How much are you and the team looking forward to getting back on the pitch and putting things right?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. It's a good chance for us, hopefully, to pick up some points. We felt the performance last weekend against Rotherham was really good. We just didn't get the result that we wanted. But yeah, the players are excited for the challenge of Morecambe. And yeah, hopefully it's a big crowd again and we can put on another good performance.
It felt at the time that we'd done enough to get a result. We talked about that a lot, and obviously the stats back that up. Is it kind of easy for you in that respect to, when you're in training this week, to just kind of go again? Much of the tactics and performance was where you wanted it to be, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. Say when you have a good performance and you do play well against the top team, then everyone can take confidence from it. You know what, we wanted the results first and foremost. It's no good playing well and losing. Nobody wants to do that. But when the lads came back in this week, they were bright. No one's head was down too much. The training this week has been excellent. The standard was a joke on Tuesday. So if we can take that training performance into Saturday's game, then we'll be fine. But as you say, that we're in good form. We have been playing well. Obviously, 2 bad results of late, but we're desperate to put it right at the weekend.
You've had to clock up the miles since you were manager, but 6 of your next 8 games are here, I think. How much of a boost is that to not only to have the crowd behind you, but to have that base of training and not have to worry about hotels and training in parks and so on?
Yeah, it'll give us a little bit more stability, a bit more normality, if you like. The travelling is takes its toll on the body and on the mind, so we won't have to do that as much over in March, which is great. So it gives us a real chance to, as you say, get some good work into the players here at Harper's, and yeah, try and pick up some good results at home. We've been good at home this season. Our form has been good, so we want to continue that, and no better chance on Saturday to get 3 points and then move on to the next one on Tuesday against Wimbledon.
March is a pretty hairy month, isn't it? Really congested. Does that come into your consideration this early on in terms of maybe rotating players and keeping everybody fresh, avoiding fatigue?
No, I don't think so. No, I think it's important not to look too far ahead. Obviously, as we've seen, we've had to use players and rotate, the strikers in particular. But that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be the case. If someone goes and scores a hat-trick tomorrow, or someone goes and plays really well, there's no reason just to take them out for the sake of it. I'm conscious of that, but also we've got to know that we've got a real good squad, and we always pick a team that's physically got a chance to win in the next game and tactically as well. So yeah, we'll continue to do that without getting too clever about it.
Approaching the run-in, are you fairly happy with where the squad's at in terms of fitness? Obviously you've got a few kind of long-term injuries, but in terms of depth, you've had a few players who haven't made the 18 recently. You feel in relatively good shape in that regard? Yeah,
I think so. Dan Scarr is halfway through his rehab process, so it'll be good when we get him back. The only disappointment one was this week is Alfie Lewis has had a bit of a thigh problem, so that's a bit of a blow. As I say, he hasn't made the squad the last couple of weeks because of how strong we have been. And Ryan Law didn't make the squad on Saturday again, who's been really good for us and always been reliable when needed. So yeah, Alfie will be out for a few weeks, which is, as I say, disappointing. But the rest of the squad are in good shape. There's competition for places. People need to know that if they're not quite on the game, then I've got lads knocking on my door wanting to play, and that's the way it should be. It's a good headache to have as a manager, yeah.
You said you're not going to look past Saturday, so let's look at Saturday in Morecambe. They've obviously come off a decent result against Ipswich and just appointed a manager who the club here obviously know quite well. They'll be very motivated to come here and get a result, won't they? Yeah,
definitely. They're always a tough team to play against. We had a real tough game against them early on in the season when Stephen Robinson was in charge, and now Derek's gone back there. It'll be no different. As you said, they had a good result the weekend against Ipswich, and yeah, we know what they're all about. When Derek had them in League 2, they were really well organised. They were quite direct as a team, but the structure behind it, and we're good on the counter attack. So we're expecting something of the same. We need to be at our best with the ball, not be careless with it to stop them counter attacks, and try and be patient and break them down when we can. If we get an opportunity, if we get as many opportunities as we did last Saturday, then we would hope we would take one.